What's up, squad? Back with another video. I seen that's how it's going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Just as Elon Musk and everybody knows, Ilhan Omar is definitely guilty, and I definitely say, she's guilty. Within a lot of it, you can just tell just by how again she's treating a lot of situations. I wanted to show y'all a few clips. After I show y'all this, Ilhan Omar has always had it out for Elon Musk. I told you I always get these names messed up. Elon. Always had it out. This is truly, back last year sometime. Pretty sure February-ish, something like that. Check out what she says here.
Last week, Musk turned you into a target for him and his followers after reposting a clearly edited video of you giving basic legal advice to undocumented people, including undocumented Somalis in your district, with Musk falsely writing that you were, quote, breaking the law. What was your immediate reaction to that? Not only the targeting of you, but this kind of spreading of lies about what you were saying.
Yeah, but it's not just the spreading lies about what I was saying. It's spreading lies every single day, right? This has become the norm for him. He wakes up lying. He goes to sleep lying. And frankly, I don't think he understands the laws of this country. I don't think he understands the Constitution. I don't think he understands the power that we have as members of Congress. And I don't think he understands or thinks that people are entitled to rights under the Constitution if he doesn't like them.
And he doesn't like you, it seems to me.
Yeah, it's mutual.
Okay.
And one thing is that a lot of people are starting not to like Ilhan Omar. And I say a lot of people, are starting not to like because there are individuals that have truly supported Ilhan Omar. And now people are starting to wake up and see not only that Elon Musk, is calling out Ilhan Omar on things, but you have Nick Shirley, you have a lot of different individuals that are now speaking on, a lot within Ilhan Omar. It says, based on the body language of Ilhan Omar, she's worried. James Comer, there's no way referring to how her net worth went to $30 million in 1 year. Trump wants, obviously, she will be investigated truly right now. Her husband says consulting firm went from 0 to 25 million. Trust and believe Ilhan Omar is going down. Check it out.
Investigation into your net worth, you and your husband's net worth. They're claiming that it's risen rapidly. What's your response to what they're saying? Do you think they'll find anything in their investigation into your net worth?
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar avoiding questions about her net worth that has risen astronomically during her time in Congress. President Trump wants answers. Writing on Truth Social, quote, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is worth over $30 million. There is no way such wealth could have been accumulated legally while being paid the salary of a politician. She should be investigated for financial and political crimes, and that investigation should start now. Saturday Night America anchor Kayleigh McEnany joins me now. It is amazing. When she started in 2019, she had a negative net worth. Her personal household net worth has gone from negative to $30 million, and her husband's Rose Lake Capital firm, a consulting firm, has gone from just dollars up to $25 million in value.
Yes. So what's interesting, you have her husband, Wynette, who started Rose Lake Capital, to your point. So Rose Lake Capital, you noted $42 and then skyrocketed to millions within a year. And these are according to public filings that she put forward, according to documents in a lawsuit.
Her own numbers.
Yes. And it caught the attention of, listen to this, not Trump's FBI, Biden's FBI. So in 2024, Biden's FBI raised questions about this skyrocketing wealth, some of these business decisions, and even Wall Street experts say, why is a former political consultant, that's what Wynette was, running a massive financial firm that, by the way, we've never heard of, and we're on Wall Street and we think we would have heard of it? A lot of questions.
Not to mention they also have a winery that has also experienced a similar, in California, by the way, that has experienced a similar explosion. Real quick, I want to play Tom Emmer, House Majority Whip, talking about this earlier this week.
This needs to be investigated. She was right at the center of the Somali fraudster operation called Feeding Our Future, the $250 million fraud case, largest pandemic fraud case in the country. Those are her people, and they're the ones that donated to her campaign. So Jamie Comer and the Oversight Committee are investigating this and looking into this, and this needs to be exposed.
Tom Emmer is majority whip because Republicans control the House. They also control the Senate, and they control the White House. Are they going to get to the bottom of this?
I certainly hope so. And by the way, I just note that that winery you mentioned, one of the wines was called the Devil's Lie. How about that? But look, they say House ethics or House
Sometimes
oversight.
they tell the truth.
Sometimes they do. Yeah. And maybe they don't. We'll see. But House ethics or House oversight is going to look into it. But look, it's time. To your point, we have the House now. And I'm hopeful and bullish that maybe Republicans will overperform in the midterms. But that's not a guarantee. So now is the moment for House oversight to look into it, for the FBI to look into it. Cash Patel's been doing a phenomenal job. I have no doubt that they are. Yep. But look, the time is ticking, especially for Congress.
Do you get the sense, I feel like Ilhan Omar has, a lot of, she's been out there saying crazy things about the fraud in Minnesota, talking about the ICE agents. All of it sort of makes me wonder if she's not, I don't know. I just get the sense that maybe the walls are closing in on her. Maybe she realizes that a lot of these questions are being raised.
This is her district that she oversees. Yeah. We have all seen the billions of dollars of fraud. We're just now scratching the surface of it all. And I'll tell you, my producer, he's amazing, Jake, has been watching Somali TV all week. So we have all these new clips from Keith Ellison and Jacob Fry. And these elected officials, there's a lot of questions, what they knew, when they knew about it, and why they didn't act.
And one thing about it, they all knew. I don't care what anybody has to say, when it comes down to it. They all knew what was going on. This happened. This has happened and been there for a long time. They go back as 12 years, so they know something. Right here, this Somali immigrant says, I'm pretty sure, Ayan Hersey Ali exposes Ilhan Omar. If I said that wrong, I definitely apologize. But just check out what she says right here, y'all.
So since Ilhan is the representative from there and seems to be at the center of this, I mean, do you think she's sort of equal parts all three of those things? She kind of thought, well, do the fraud because we can kind of get away with it and I'm the representative. Kind of has sympathies, let's say, to the Muslim Brotherhood, and then obviously is a progressive in the Democrat Party. Is she equal parts, or do you think one is running? It's just hard to understand what's going on there.
Ilhan is 100% clan-oriented. And again, the other thing you have to understand is the Muslim Brotherhood in Minnesota and elsewhere in America is decentralized, and it's all delegated to, the Somalis. So the Council of American Islamic Relations in Minnesota is led by, the head of that is a Somali. So he's still advancing the Muslim Brotherhood agenda. He's a Muslim, etc. And then obviously the largest membership are Somalis. So there's this hybrid symbiotic relationship that these two groups have. And so Ilhan Omar has to navigate that. And then she also has to navigate the Democratic Party, and she has to navigate the opposition, the Republican Party, the Trump administration that is now onto this cabal, onto this threesome, and they have to figure out how they're going to deal with it. And so this is, she's essentially, she's a real politician. I think she's a capable, talented politician, and she can put on these different hats, whatever or headscarves, whenever it is convenient. The question is, how long is she going to survive? Because she cannot serve all of these masters at once.
Cannot serve all these masters at once. And that's truly, what it is. I've been explaining and saying, all week, really. And even before that, but I've been saying it all week. That you truly see that, as time go on. And that's why I say people are saying that, she needs to go to prison. Trust and believe. Going back and her being sent back to Somalia is worse as it gets. Because they have put her in that position, to do this and do that. And I truly feel as if, somebody else, that it's an individual higher than her that's calling those shots that she needs to do. Truly. I truly feel that way. Check it out right here. This is Nick Shirley. This is literally more, of what's going on in Minnesota. Check it out.
Yeah, so the majority of the fraud that's happening in Minnesota is welfare fraud. So that's includes daycares, adult daycares, home healthcare, home healthcare, adult living, assisted living. And in order for these people to receive these services, they need to get moved to locations. So if an adult daycare needs to go to the doctor, they need transportation. But if there's actually nobody inside of these adult daycares and they then move somebody to a daycare, or then they move somebody to the doctor's office, well, they need to have proof of that. So that way, when they go and provide a service, they're then able to have some sort of paperwork, and then they take the person back, when in reality, they just don't actually provide the service. So I believe there's somebody who got caught around $3 million for writing these services up at a healthcare clinic in Minnesota. And he said, like, even if we don't provide the service, fill the form out. And so like, it's been proven that that is what happens in a lot of these instances, where they bring these people and they provide a service, but they actually never provide the service to the person, and they just bill the state.
Okay, so let me understand this. Are they driving empty cars, meaning like they're still driving the routes, the people just don't exist, or they're billing never having ever left, like not having actually driven a vehicle anywhere?
That's the mysterious thing, because you drive around Minneapolis and there's all these transportation vehicles with nobody inside of them. So I think they're just going point A to point B, doing whatever they need to do. David, in my video, I believe in the video, he talks like, well, I see these people at Sam's Clubs, Costco, and so they'll then take their vehicles to go get food, and they're able to justify all this sort of stuff, so that way they can continue to build a state.
Which is unreal. And this is the tune of like, how much money are we talking for this spoke?
Well, David and I, we estimated just doing like the national average, like each NEMT averages around 20 vehicles per company, and then each trip's around $50, and each vehicle, if they're out doing the work, they're doing about 10 trips a day. So we estimated around like $8 million essentially.
Wow.
Essentially for how much money these companies are getting charged or billing every single day, actually.
Jeez.
And that's a lot of money. So I hope it's lower. Because that is so much money, $8 million.
Is that the federal government that they would get reimbursement from?
That's a good question. It's with it'd be with the Department of Human Services. So, for instance, the daycares, they receive CCAP funding, which is federal and state money. Okay. And so not all of it's just state money. It's also federal money as well.
Wow. And that's the same with the transportation. It's federal and state?
I believe so.
Geez, it's so much money. And I think one of the reasons this story has hit home with so many of us is because when you steal from the government, it's not like the government just has their own bank account. Like they can either print money or they take our tax money. And so it's basically like these people are stealing from us. And I mean, that I'm not the only one. I know that this is a shared feeling of almost everybody who's watched your video. Like we feel like their hands are in our pockets.
Well, they are, because they literally are stealing our dollars. I mean, it's federal money. So that means it's all of our money. It's not just the state money. And in Minnesota too, they're like raising property taxes. They've raised taxes on people. And now it comes out that billions of dollars of fraud's been happening for years. So these people in Minnesota are obviously very upset as well. And so they literally are robbing Minnesotans, Americans. They're robbing everybody.
It's terrible.
And then you see all the people come out defending the fraud. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, fraud's fraud, and you're out here defending it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's a good political look for the left. I think you're probably single-handedly responsible for Governor Tim Walz not seeking re-election, right?
I think so. I mean, he was all about running for re-election just a few days before.
Yeah.
Do you think he was in the know? Do you think he knew about this?
Oh, he definitely knew about it. He acknowledged that fraud has been happening since like 2019. He said he's been cracking down on fraud, and that the buck stops with him, and that they're looking into how to stop fraud. Well, Tim, if you knew that fraud was happening, why didn't you just stop the funding and figure out how to get a hold of the fraud before you continue to enable it to happen? And so, yes, he's totally complicit in what's been happening.
Paid, that's why.
And we'll see what happens. We'll see if the DOJ is able to do their job.
A lot of them got money. A lot of them got a cut. Y'all see it right here. A lot of them got a cut out of that. That's exactly why. You know, he's knowing this stuff is going on. Ellison, Omar, Fry, many more. They know all this stuff was going on. All this money. It's a lot of money, y'all. I'm telling y'all, definitely a lot of money when it comes down to it. Says $8 million a day gone. Just like that. One thing about it, President Trump said Minnesota is a criminal cover-up of the massive financial fraud that has gone on. And truly, 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 I can see some great things happening near future. Definitely hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody, tuning in these videos and watching these videos. Definitely have been, pretty wild. Definitely been pretty wild, but I definitely pray everybody is safe, everybody is good. Whether if you got to go somewhere to, whether if it's an emergency or you gotta go to work, wherever. I pray that everything's good. It is snowed pretty bad, especially here. Definitely. So, I know a lot of people I've seen on my Citizens app that people have lost power and stuff. So I definitely pray that everybody's okay. Everybody's all right. But definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody. You already know. Catch y'all next one.